This is a Moen model 4570 bathroom faucet, and the handle fell off. My wife just came in here to use the faucet today, and the handle fell right off. This guy right here on the hot side. It had been getting loose for a few weeks, and I was just kind of ignoring it, but then it finally fell off. So now it's time to fix it. So this thing pops right off, and you can see there's a female screw insert on there, and that's what, obviously we lost a screw there, and that was holding it on, and it has these teeth around the edges, so that's where it catches, where it grips and turns the water on and off. So obviously I needed to find whatever was holding this in, that screw right there. So this base right here, this thing you can just turn right off with your hand. So I came in and it was a little tough to get started, but this thing just turns, and you probably have to do about 6 rotations, and then it'll finally just pop right off. So now that that's off, I looked down into the stem here, and sure enough, right there is the screw. It had fallen down, came loose enough, and finally just came loose and fell down in there. So I've got a pair of needle nose pliers here to just reach down in. It's kind of like playing Operation when you were a kid. And there's the screw right there. So all we have to do is screw this back into the top of the handle and put it back on, and we should be good. Alright, so here's that base. And inside it you can see, I'm just going to pull this out so you can see there's a little black plastic cartridge in here. Whoop. Okay, so here's that base, and inside it you can see there's a little black plastic cartridge. I'm going to take that out just for a second so you can see it. That's all that's inside. So again, here's the teeth, and that's what grabs on the handle to turn the faucet on and off. There's a little hole on the top. That's where we have to get our screw to come out through. So I'm going to put this back into the base. Pops out at the top. If you look down it, you can see that's where we have to get our screw to come out through. So I am going to put my screw on the end of a screwdriver. And just hold that up and drop the cartridge right down onto it. Hopefully it'll just pop right through the top if I can center it. There we go. So now our screw is back where it's supposed to be. Okay, so I'm simply holding the base on the screwdriver here, and I'm going to bring my handle in. You can see, again, it's got those female teeth there and then the male teeth here. So you just have to position it on and maneuver it around until it catches into where it needs to be. And then all we're going to do is tighten that screw into the handle. I'm going to make sure I get it a little tighter than last time so we don't have the same problem. So now I'm caught. I'm going to tighten it pretty well. And now our handle is back attached to the base. Alright, it's time to reattach our handle to our base there. You'll see that there's some, again, we have another instance here of a plastic cartridge with male teeth here, or with female teeth here, sorry. And then this red cartridge, this plastic cartridge right here with the male teeth. So again, we have to line these up. Now, when you line these up, it's important to pick a spot where you want your handle to be when it's off, because we're going to be turning this clockwise to tighten it. So we're going to be able to set this on here, and you'll feel it click down when you catch the teeth. There we go. And I was not turned all the way off, so I'm going to push this back a little more and start again. Okay, now you'll feel it. I can't push it anymore. That's off. So I'm going to want to line it up with my other one, with my cold on the right side, so we have a nice symmetrical. So obviously I'm off a little bit here. This one is pointing a little bit that way, and this one is straight out. So I'm going to pull this back off. And again, I'm going to line up the cartridge there, and you'll feel it click down. And I'm going to try to get the same off position as my cold. See if I can get to click down on that cartridge. Come on, there we go. Alright. So there we go, that looks pretty good. So now, This base part right here, from this lip down to the bottom of it, this guy right here is what you turn to tighten this thing back down. So I'm just going to turn that part of the base, and you'll feel it start to get more resistance as it tightens on there. You'll know you got it. It's going to get a little harder and harder. Keep going. Okay, there we go. It's about as far as it's going to go, and feels just like a normal faucet again. So I'm going to turn my water back on down here. All right, water's on. Here we go. Boop. Boop. Off, on. So as you can see, once I tightened it down, this is still off a little bit. So I'm going to pull that off again and retighten it so that it lines up a little better with the cold.